Once hailed as the crown jewel of American air power, the F-35 stealth fighter now faces a buyer's revolt. From Canada to Switzerland, once eager customers are slamming the brakes. Tariffs, ballooning costs, and political backlash, all these factors are turning the jet into Washington's loneliest weapon. Our next report telling you more.
The F-35 Lightning II is the very definition of cutting-edge warfare. It's stealthy, lethal, and packed with sensors that can track an enemy before they even know they're being hunted. About 20 countries operate it, and it was once the most sought after in global defense shopping. But today, the jet's toughest battle isn't in the skies, it's on the geopolitical matrix. After Spain, now neutral Switzerland is pushing back against buying the American warplane. Earlier, NATO allies Portugal and Canada also voiced hesitation, despite being part of the F-35's political and industrial ecosystem. With over 500 jets already flying combat missions and orders for hundreds more, it was long positioned as the de facto NATO gold standard. Now, Switzerland, after lengthy deliberations, is actively reconsidering its purchase of the F-35s. The reason? A staggering 39% tariff imposed by the US. A punitive financial strike that has sent shockwaves through its political establishment. The decision exposes a new brutal reality for America's allies. The jet is no longer just a weapon, but a pawn in a larger, volatile trade war. There's also the cost factor. Its costs run up to $100 million per unit, depending on the variant. This follows similar cold feet from NATO allies Portugal and Canada, who have also expressed deep misgivings about committing to the F-35 program. The message is clear. For all its unparalleled might in the sky, the F-35's Achilles heel is not its technology, but the unpredictable politics of its manufacturer, making a once unquestionable acquisition a political and economic liability under President Donald Trump. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Well, China is set to begin work on its big railway project. The construction on the Xinjiang-Tibet Railway, it is set to begin this year. The strategic rail line will link Hotan in Xinjiang with Lhasa, the capital of Tibet. The railway, managed by the newly registered Xinjiang-Tibet Railway Company under China State Railway Group, will form a roughly 2,000-kilometer corridor connecting China's northwestern and southwestern regions. Traversing some of the world's highest and most challenging mountain ranges, including the Himalayas, the railway will average elevations above 4,500 meters. The construction will have to take place through challenging geographical conditions, including extreme cold and permafrost regions. Now, the Xinjiang-Tibet Railway is one of 4 lines planned to connect Tibet with the rest of China. According to reports, it aims to establish a 5,000-kilometer plateau rail framework centered on Lhasa by 2035. Some parts of the railway will closely follow the line of actual control. That's the boundary between China and India. And planning for the railway dates back to 2008. That's when the planning started, and it gained momentum in recent years. With surveys and design tenders launched in 2022, reports citing China's Ministry of Transport confirmed that the construction is slated to begin this year itself. In a landmark judgment today, the Supreme Court of India has struck down the reservation of 6 posts exclusively for men in the Judge Advocate General or the JAG branch of the Indian Army, ruling that vacancies cannot be reserved for men or restricted for women, calling the practice arbitrary. The court ruled that reserving 6 out of 9 posts only for men was discriminatory and it violated the principles of equality enshrined in the Indian Constitution. A bench of Justice Manmohan and Justice Dipankar Datta said, and I quote here, that the executive cannot reserve vacancies for men. The seats of 6 for men and 3 for women are arbitrary and cannot be allowed under the guise of induction, unquote. The apex court further stated that no nation can be secure if such policies are followed. It further directed the union to conduct recruitment in a gender-neutral manner and publish the combined merit list for all contestants, which include men and women. Adding to that, the court affirmed that the true meaning of gender neutrality and 2023 rules is that the union shall select the most meritorious candidates, and restricting the seats of women is violative of right to equality. The ruling was passed on in a petition filed by 2 women who sought appointment to the post of JAG, and they were then disappointed by 2023 notification, which had designated 6 posts for men and only 3 for women. The court has told that the 2 petitioners had secured the 4th and the 5th rank among various contestants, higher than several other contestants. But they were not selected due to the limited vacancies reserved for women. The apex court has now ordered the induction of the first woman petitioner into the JAG department, but denied relief for the other, citing her merit position. However, this landmark decision paves the way for increased participation of women in key roles within the Indian military.